Okay, so this is part two of the older man, younger woman. Um,
I'm still the C man. She's still Mo, and this is still leave him speechless too.
all right, look, the thing is that we are extremely tired, you guys. He worked all night. I've been studying and doing homework and taking care of my son. Is we are extremely tired. I waited. It's like midnight. It's like midnight 30. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so um the thing is, you were talking about older man, younger woman. All right, this is part two to that. Um, as some of you guys may know, I mean, it's obvious. You can possibly tell. Older
I'm the younger
man.
woman, and this is the older man.
My balls are bigger than yours. Anyways, the cameraman here is 14 years older than I am. Yeah, I was suckered into this relationship, you
No,
guys.
I was suckered in.
How was you suckered in?
Well,
I
sorry.
didn't make you fly from New
I'm
York.
sorry. I
I didn't
was.
make you fly from out there to out of here. Your
I'm
pussy
sorry.
made you
I'm
fly.
sorry. I was
Keep the
suckered
shit
out here.
real.
I was sucked out here. Okay.
You were sucked. I don't even do that shit. Here you go again. Ain't that like our earlier videos? You were always talking about getting sucked up
Yeah,
and
but
shit like
you
that.
did that slow mo. I don't suck no dick.
I sure did. Well, I'll say it really fast now. I don't suck no dick. Not your dick, not his dick, nobody's dick. I don't do that. That's not what I do. That shit is nasty.
You see how thin the lips are, but how contorted they are?
Why do you do this? Contuted? Is that a word? Contuted?
Contorted?
Contorted?
Um,
Why protruding?
no, not protruding. I mean,
Protruding.
twisted
Okay,
like.
look, we're already into 2 minutes and we're talking about sucking dick and stuff now. Let's move on.
This is leave
Okay,
him speechless. Okay, anyway.
older man, younger woman. This motherfucker's 46.
What is
He
that?
he he knocking on 50's door. He knocking on 50's door. You know, and I'm 33. When we got together, I was 27, and you were what 40,
41?
41, 42, something like that. Whatever. Um, the question also arises about family. Like, what did your family think about it? And I remember commenting to the young woman. I told her, I said, um, C-Man here was threatened with a shotgun, a real life shotgun. No lie, no joke. My pops didn't play. That was just some real shit. He was like, what some old motherfucker want with you? I'm like, Dad, he's not even that old. He's only 42. You know,
41?
well, 41, whatever. And I'm 27, and he loves me. My family was kind of looking at it as, I just got out of a marriage and I'm jumping into way over my head here with somebody older. See, my thing was, I've always envisioned myself being with someone older due to the simple fact that I didn't think on the level of men that were my age. Men that were my age was more into doing shit that I wasn't into. They wanted to go hang out at the clubs and they wanted to, you know, go do all that shit that just, you guys know shit. Just the shit that I wasn't into. I was more laid back. I was a homebody. You know, I was sociable, but I just kind of kept to myself. I was calmed down. I never did all the clubbing and all that shit. I didn't do the clubbing until I lost weight, to be honest with you. You know, that's when I went out there and I shook my tail
Now, see,
feather
this is the
and
funny thing. Her being younger, she wasn't into the club scene. Me, I was a DJ for most of my life, so the
you
club
see,
scene was me.
that's just like we're talking about in video one.
The
Is
opposites and stuff like that,
Yeah,
you know.
I wasn't into the clubbing. He was into the clubbing. He clubbed all his entire life. He fucking fucked many a bitches. You know,
This is not what this video
I'm
is
just
about.
I'm just
It's not
throwing it
about
out there.
fucking bitches and shit like
But
that.
you did fuck bitches. You know, you were fucking when I was 8, right?
I don't know. I was 8 when I was fucking, so.
I was like 8 years old, you guys, and like 7 or 8 years old, and he was already like 21, fucking already. He was already fucking. You know, that's just. I'm just saying, like when you think about it, it's just like, man, you was fucking already, and I was playing with motherfucking Cabbage Patch Kids and shit. But anyways, the thing is that we got together. A long story. We got together and I enjoyed his company. He was more concerned about the whole age thing. He's like, what do your parents think? I mean, I'm older than you, and I mean, he made it seem like he was out really for one thing. He really did. He made it seem like that. But I let him know straight up, I wasn't that type of chick. I'm just coming off of what at that time it was a 10-year relationship. I was married for 5 years, so I was coming out of a 5-year marriage, 10-year relationship to the same person since I was 16 years old, and that person was my only real relationship. I mean, yeah, my only real relationship. So then I'm getting into a relationship with this guy who's 46 years old, 41 years old, setting his ways already, and all that other stuff. It just didn't seem like things was gonna go together. It just didn't seem like it was gonna work. But like I told you, my dad really didn't give a fuck. I mean, my dad was old school, so it was kind of like he was just like, okay, 40-something-year-old motherfucker with my 27-year-old daughter, something ain't right. I'm gonna have to fill this motherfucker out, So John flew from New York and came out here. He met my dad. My dad met him with the shotgun.
I still remember that shit.
Yeah, so my dad wasn't playing though. It wasn't no joke. It's like as soon as I had picked him up from the airport, I was nervous because I knew how my family was, and I was nervous. I was like, man, don't fucking embarrass me, And I'm driving back from Ontario with him, and I'm just like, I'm nervous, and he was just like, well, calm down, calm down. I was like, okay, you just don't know my family, and oh, it'll be fine. I'm good with parents. That's what he said.
I told her like this, hey, they can't be no worse off than mine, so hey.
So my dad answers the door with the shotgun, and it was no joke, you guys. It wasn't like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna scare this dude. It wasn't like that. It was very real. Someone could have died that night.
It probably would have been me because I didn't have the shotgun. but I don't scare that easily.
But you were nervous as fuck, though.
Born and bred in New York City.
But he was nervous than a motherfucker.
He had the upper hand. He had the shotgun.
He was interrogated like my son. My dad was like, so you flew all the way from New York for real? So you flew all the way from New York to hold hands with my daughter? That's exactly what he said to John. I figured I see California. I been to California, and I was sitting there shaking and shit like. Dad,
if she had the shotgun on.
Yeah, like for real, like I was shaking because I already know how my dad is and stuff. But he came to him really correct. He was straight up. He was straight up. And I told him, I prepped him before we got there. I said, you're going to have to buy a motherfucking plant for my mom, a pack of Marlboro 100s, and 2 motherfucking Budweisers, 24 ounces. So he was already equipped.
I came in with a 6-pack, 2 packs of cigarettes, and a plant and something else for your mom.
Yeah, it was a plant and something else. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
But the thing is, so he was already equipped. So as my dad started talking to him, he looked down and cameraman had the bag and shit. And my dad, oh, is that for me? And he was like, yeah. He was like, well, come on in then. That's how it broke the ice. But he came at him correct. So that was the real thing,
Okay, to interject real quick, I'm gonna fast forward the tape a little bit. Mo, both of her parents aren't here with us anymore.
Yeah, we had to bring that up, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Now, I was having a good fucking day.
But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question because I think this is important that they should know. Before they left us and stuff like that, how did they feel about me?
They loved you.
She needs to hear that.
They loved him. They loved him to death. He was like my dad. He was one of my dad's best friends. So my dad would call him and be like, "Hey, come over and have a beer with me." You know what I'm saying? Like it was like they just got so cool. You know, it was crazy. But yeah, you know, as far as parents, I mean, it really depends on what parents that you know you were granted with. You could be granted with some parents that's like, nah, fuck that. I don't give a granted.
You don't have a choice in the matter.
Jay was granted with me.
No.
My son was granted to me.
He was stuck with you.
But you know what? My son has the best mother. The best mother that any child can ever ask for. Yes, I whoop that ass. Yes, I do. I whoop that ass. But yes, that little motherfucker get everything that he wants. He has everything that he needs. And mind you, I ain't no motherfucking hoe. I ain't no prostitute or nothing like that. I ain't never sold a goddamn thing on my body for any type of money. But I don't have no job, but I make it happen. What? I make it happen. That's real shit right there.
How does she make it happen?
I make it happen because I send this motherfucker to work. You know what I'm saying? I send this motherfucker to work. Nigga, look what time it is, baby. It's like 11:35. Go ahead and start getting yourself ready. Bring that money home to me.
Anyway.
No, but we just operate. You know what I'm saying? It was tough when we first started out because a lot of shit, it was different. You know what I'm saying? I know. A lot of shit was different back then. In what, 95 we started talking. 96 we got together. You know, I was vulnerable at the time, and you know, he was ready and willing. He didn't give a fuck that I was married. He you know, and I basically told him, you know, you getting with a married woman, I mean, come on now, you know, you getting with a married woman. But he figured he's
only on paper.
He figured he's 40-something, he can handle anything, and he stuck with me through a whole lot of shit that I thought he was gonna shake the motherfucking spot on. You know what I'm saying? And I stuck with this motherfucker through a whole lot of shit. Call it desperate, call it whatever the fuck you want to, but he done dragged my ass through a whole lot of shit. But I still stayed here, and it wasn't because of the boy. No. It wasn't because of the boy. It's because I genuinely have love for him. I genuinely care about him. I genuinely love him. I can't see myself at this time in my life being with anybody else. You know? And that's just the truth.
And with your truth, here comes my truth.
Oh, shit.
I came out here. I envisioned her.
At 283 pounds, y'all.
I had seen her and everything else. We had talked. But the thing of it is, most of our conversations were basically via phone. Okay? And I loved where her head was at.
I was far beyond my years even back then. I read a lot. I listened to a lot of old schoolers and shit like that. And I retained that information.
We pretty much had the same taste in music. We get into what most people will call the...
Our favorite song was Mary Had a Little Lamb.
That's a totally different video.
If it wasn't for Mary's Had a Little Lamb...
Don't forget about Man in the Mirror.
And Man in the Mirror, yeah. If it wasn't for those two songs, we wouldn't even be right now. My son wouldn't even be here.
Now, that's funny. Those two songs built up a lot of love and laughter between the two of us. But...
we always reflect.
It was Mary J. Blige that pretty much cemented it.
We've been too strong for too long. Yeah, that was my shit. That was our shit.
Every time I hear it, I just picture the brightness in her eyes, smile in her face. And, you know, people are kind of funny. I know this is a little off the subject, but here it is. She got criticized, ridiculed, and everything else because of her weight. And the funny thing was, I didn't see her that way. And maybe it's some perverted, twisted thing up in my head. But the way she is right now, as far as I'm concerned, she hasn't lost or gained any weight. And she was bigger than this. But that's how I saw her.
Nigga, I've lost over 100 pounds, and you mean to tell me?
This is what I saw the whole time.
Wow. What a revelation. Wow,
Oh,
that makes
what
me
a
feel...
revelation.
You can't...
Now, okay. Now let's go back to the family bit.
That's pretty much it. You know, I mean, you know, he survived, and I look at it like that because if you can survive through my family, you can survive through anything. You can make it through anything, you know. But regardless of the fact, I do have to think about, you know, if what if my family was just completely against it and was like my mom, she said a few things like every time like when he went back to New York to visit and stuff, my mom would be like, she's just out of the blue, on that midnight train to Georgia. Leaving. My mom used to always do this. I was like, why are you doing this to me? And she was like, yep, that nigga came out here, got you pregnant. Now he going back to his real woman. She'll say that shit to me, man. I used to believe it. And then she'll have me soaking in that for a while. And she's like, girl, I'm just playing with you. He coming back because I'll be all sad and stuff. But, of course, you know, he would always come back. He only went out there, what, twice? Well, 2 times since we were together. So, yeah, we're going to end it right here and we're going to come back with another video. How about that? Because I feel like continuing to talk about this.
Why get the cheek? That's that bullshit.
Fuck you.